Welcome to 40 Below Zero, an international podcast about life with invisible illnesses, hosted by two guys living with multiple sclerosis. Coming to you from the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, I'm your co-host Nix, and with me on this ride is Terry, a Londoner who calls Ontario home. We're so happy you're here with us as we continue to try and normalize a life that is anything but. So let's get into it.
What's up, Warriors? Welcome back to the show. Terry, my Canadian brother, how are you?
Grumpy. I'm okay.
Yeah.
How are you?
Also grumpy. You go first. Why are you grumpy?
Bro, I'm not going to get into it. I'm just
Fine.
in a mood. What about
I'll
you?
get into mine.
Okay, good.
I smashed my mouse, my wireless mouse accidentally. So now I'm having to operate off the touchpad. And it doesn't work that well.
How do you smash it accidentally?
You take this super heavy duty tumbler right here and you bump that,
Oh, okay.
and then that knocks that onto the floor. And since everything is cheaply made, back in my day, things used to last, Terry.
Are we talking about your mouse or your tumbler?
The mouse and the tumbler.
Wow.
See I don't even know. Can you see? You probably can't. There's a divot in there now too. I'm very upset.
I
So
got a
that's
bunch
why
of
I'm
divots in mine.
that's why I'm grumpy.
It's okay, man. I'm just whatever. The humidity, bro. Every day is slow for me. I'm okay. I'm going with it, but I'm just slow.
Do
You
you
know?
also feel like you're dragging a boat anchor around in this humidity?
I'm so irritated, man. So I'm just trying not to let it out on people.
That was my next question. Have you taken it out on Katrina recently? Because if
No,
not,
no, bro. That's my fear, right? So, but
I I probably have taken mine out on Kit, and if I did, I'm sorry, baby. Um, but she kind of gets it at this point. And that brings up a good point, dude. How irritated do you get simply because it's hot out or humid out? Do you just try to avoid going out during the day?
Katrina went and saw her, as everyone should be seeing a psychiatrist, a counselor, whatever, right? We've talked about this before. And
We have, yeah.
she has your support, right?
Mhm.
Um, and it's very clear. And I don't mind her talking about, I want to make sure that she's okay. I don't want her to burn out. We've talked about this before. And she knows I'm fearing what's going on. I don't admit it. I'm like, no, I'm tired. But she knows when I get irritable, it's because I'm in fear. Dude, it's true. It is true. Yeah.
So your fear becomes anger.
Bro, when I'm tired, I can't even lift my hands sometimes and put things together. It takes a
Yeah.
lot of focus. And I get tired and I just get so agitated. But really, I'm scared that I'm on my way out.
Yeah,
There you
because
go again.
we that's one of our this microphone's I'm having such a day, Ter.
Okay.
But yeah, that's one of our more popular reels these days. You were pretty honest then, and I think yeah, I think maybe that fear is creeping a bit.
The problem, man, of me telling people on here what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
like if I fell, if I had a mishap, whatever, is that I get bombarded with people afterwards. Family members call, oh,
Sure.
I want to be there for you. What can I do? And listen, like, I don't want to be like, listen to the episode in the beginning because we talked about that. What can people do for us? Stay out of my way. But I get that. I get that a lot, man. I have people who bombard me and like, what can I do to help you? Oh, I'm so sorry. How many times do you fall? It's like, dude, I'm okay. I'm just sharing this online so people know what's going
Yeah.
on and they're not alone if they go through the same thing. Dude, do we have to say this again that I'm not doing this to be big? Bro, how big are we going to get? We're only in the MS community. Who wants to listen to this? People who need it, right? So that's all it's for, man. It's for people who need it. I needed it 10 years ago, but I didn't
Very
know
true.
of it. I didn't know anybody with MS. So that's why we're here. I don't know why I'm saying this again and again, but
It's okay, man. Sometimes people don't listen to the previous episodes. They don't know. But I hear what you're saying.
yeah. So
it definitely highlights the fact that we don't communicate with the people who are around us as
Definitely.
probably as often as we should, in both directions of the phone call conversation. Um, but you're right. You say something here, and people all of a sudden feel like they somehow fallen short of your expectation. They're like, oh, so they're thinking like I expected to be a better friend or a better relative, but the fact that Nick just said something or Terry just said something that I should have known about, I must not be a good, fill in the blank. And that's not the case at all.
Which makes me not want to say anything. So when
Well,
you say,
we can't have that.
no, I know, man, I know. So,
Yeah,
and if anyone wants to email us and ask us questions, please feel free to do so. But just keep in mind, it might be a while till you get a response.
yeah, that's true. Terry's a pretty popular guy.
No, no, bro, come on, man. My hands, it's hard to email. And yeah, I
No.
can push buttons, but it takes that extra,
Yeah,
to focus and oh, I misspelled a word, got a backspace. Oh, I'm not hitting the backspace, I'm hitting P. So I'm hitting P P P. Oh my God. It's frustrating. I don't want to have to, and when I respond, I care of what I'm saying. I'm
sure.
not like, oh yeah, all is good.
That's why
So,
I'm so very grateful that there's new, voice technology now. So I just hit boop, and then I just say whatever I want.
you
But
know
then my
what?
emails get a little rambly.
Me too. Me too. And I always end it with, sorry, this is audio to text. I hope it makes sense.
Yeah.
Thanks. I feel better, man.
It's what we do here, Ter. As long as you feel better, we're good. No kidding.
Thanks, bro.
You're very welcome. Hey, listen, thank you, my friend. That thing
That
is
looks,
amazing.
if no one's watching the video, he has a banner behind him.
Oh yeah.
It looks nice, man. It
Terry
looks
was
nice.
uh Terry was kind enough to send me a banner to fit this ugly window behind me. Doesn't look so ugly now.
It's fine. It looks good though.
Oh, thank you. I think it fits.
Yeah, perfect.
So,
Yeah,
dude, oh man. Last week's show with Brian. Can we take a few minutes?
please.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
Woo. First of all, let's talk about the influx of love that guy is getting, that episode is getting. I mean, rightfully deserved, because that was heavyweight stuff. Um,
Did you see my face?
yeah, geez, Terry, I think that set the record for longest time during an episode where neither one of us said a word.
There was a lot of cringe moments for me, man. Not that I can't hear when you talk about detailed stuff, but I was getting worried that I
Yeah, he was getting
cringed.
pretty. He was getting pretty graphic,
Yeah. So
and good.
I kept looking down and I kept saying in my mind, I'm like, don't go there, don't go there. And I kept preparing myself. That's why I would look down and I
Yeah.
just preparing myself in case he's gonna say something that I'm like, oh, but he was always on the border.
Yep.
But like
That was
real talk, yeah.
deep. That was a deep show.
Yeah.
But that's what Kit said. She said, she texted me at the end of it and she said, hey, how'd it go? And I was like, still doing it. Very intense. And her response was and those are the good episodes. Those are the best episodes. And I think she's right. So
And I didn't want to insult him because when I put our little video up after, I put the call 99988 if you're dealing with something. I didn't
right.
want to insult him because that's almost like, hey, man, just call 988. But his situation, he was in pain. It's different than a mental thing. I mean, it is mental still, but he was in so much pain, bro.
Yeah.
Living his life was not worth it anymore. And he
Yeah.
wanted to make his own decision, right?
No, oh, absolutely. And listen, I'm glad you put it up there because it could be up on every episode. I mean, it's you never know when somebody's going to need it just because somebody said this, not that, then
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It could be on every episode.
Hmm.
And I don't think he'd be insulted. I think it's more of a people can be in that headspace.
Yo, MSers who are listening to the episode, right? They might be like, I had enough, or whatever the
Sure.
case is. That's why I wanted to make sure,
Yeah.
everyone lives a different life.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. And that's kind of what we do here.
Again,
We give people the space to tell their version, their truth, their story. Um, and like I always say, the internet's a big place, so anybody can come on here and tell their story. So you don't have to be television, you don't have to be medical, you just be you.
exactly.
Uh,
If you want to come on here, please email us. Like, we're not looking for celebrities and stuff. But
sure.
hey, I mean, yeah.
So got some things coming up there. I'm getting as busy as I can be. In the middle of this heat, the MS Society is throwing stuff at me.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Not to pivot. First of all, I don't want to pivot. Before I do that, thanks again to Brian for being on the show and hanging out with us. We always enjoy his company, and we're gonna have him again
Y-
because why not?
For sure.
So thank you. But anyway, like I was just saying, um, the MS Society is starting to throw a bunch of stuff at me because we're at that magical time of the American election cycles where all of Congress takes a break, which, first of all, let me highlight, and I know I say first of all a lot, but let me just highlight the fact that Congress takes lots of breaks.
Okay.
And I think they just came off their summer break, and now they have what's called August recess, which is when they leave DC and come back home so that they can talk with their constituents in their area. And that's what we are going to be taking advantage of by going and meeting with these folks. So I have a couple meetings lined up, and I'm going to be talking with them about a very important topic that really affects a lot of people even outside of it. It affects anybody who needs a prescription medication in the States. They're called pharmacy benefits managers, or PBMs. Have you ever heard of these people?
Because you mentioned to me the other day, I did some research and it's something I should know about, right? Even though it's kind of basic knowledge, but I didn't know in depth how serious it was. And I looked at America versus Canada.
Okay. So what'd you come up with the difference? Where did you?
There's a few differences, but very similar.
Okay.
And it really depends on which province you're in as well.
Okay.
Just like your states, it depends on what state you're in.
Depends on which state, and it depends on which pharmacy you go to. It depends on which, blah, blah, blah. But very basically, it's the person who determines how medications are handled in pharmacies. For example, if you have a large corporate pharmacy, I believe the largest one in the States is CVS, there's one person or one office that determines how all the CVSs are going to behave.
CVSs?
Yeah. It's
I
a
know,
chain. Yeah.
I know, I know.
Um, and it has a direct impact on us, how much medications cost, how available they are, who has to get prior authorization for what medication, whether you're in network or out of network. All these things factor into the decisions that the PBMs make. And I I have to agree that it is not always in the best interest of the consumer that these people are in the roles they're in, doing what they do, especially how they make their money. They make their money off of, or their bonuses off of how big of a discount they can get the medication for the pharmacy for. And you say, well, wouldn't that mean we pay less? And the answer is not always. You might be paying the same amount even if they're getting the discount.
I have a few things I want to read.
Go ahead, please.
Okay,
But
drug,
cite them if you don't mind. Where are you getting them from?
man.
Did you not cite your work, Ter?
No, I just don't want to. Why does it matter? I got it from somewhere, you believe me or not.
I believe you.
Drug pricing and negotiations.
Okay.
ChatGPT. Uh, in Canada, drug pricing is regulated by the Patented Medicine Prices Review Board, PMBRB,
Okay.
to, con- to, con-
Your version.
to control the costs and ensure affordability. Pharmacists negotiate drug prices with wholesalers and manufacturers. So they negotiate. So they're
Mhm.
trying, but at the same time, they're pulling the price up, they're pulling the price down.
And we know that corporations don't necessarily always work in the best interests of the general public.
In the US, drug pricing is influenced by market forces and negotiations between pharmacies, insurers, and pharmaceutical companies play a significant role.
Uh-huh.
The lack of centralized price regulation can lead to a higher drug prices for consumers.
Yeah. Now, in my state, my governor just signed into law a bill that regulates and controls them, the PBMs and their authority. So that's a good step. But now we're going to be fighting it. We're going to be bringing it to the federal level this August.
Well,
So if you've ever
yes.
had to go through, and here's what angered me about it when I was researching this, they also play a role in step therapy. They are also the ones
You are
who
freezing. So you
I'm
cut out a bit,
freezing.
but you're okay. You're back.
Okay.
It's okay.
You know
It's
what?
okay.
I live in the worst weather area, Terry. I
It's
really
okay.
do, dude. I have the most unstable connection these days.
You just
Freaking
want me to act all awkward.
yeah. Um, so anyway, like I was saying, um, they're the ones who determine prior authorization,
Okay.
which is also step therapy. If you and also play a part in the step therapy. So if you've ever had to take this drug and have it not work before you can take the drug you really want to take, that's because somebody at the PBM level said so. Because sometimes it's your insurance, sometimes it's your pharmacy, sometimes it's both. And by pharmacy, I don't necessarily mean the pharmacist that you're interacting with, where I'm talking corporate level. So,
Another thing I need to read:
yeah,
ownership and control.
exactly.
Do you want me to cite my work again?
Always, Tara. That's how we have credibility on this show.
So in Canada, pharmacy owner in Canada, pharmacy ownership regulations vary by provinces, as I said earlier. Some provinces only allow pharmacists to own pharmacies, while other permit corporate oh my god, what is going on here? To own pharmacies, while other permit corporate ownership. What's going on? It's broken down English here. The ownership rules aim to maintain the integrity of pharmacy practice and patient care. In the US, pharmacy ownership laws also vary by state, while most states permit corporate ownerships by pharmacies. Some have restrictions to prevent conflicts of interest and maintain patient care standards.
Yep. And that's kind of what Governor Shapiro just signed down here, to limit the conflict of interest. And that's really what we're trying to do on the federal level, just make it a federal thing. Because it's not fair. It's intentionally complicated, so us as the patient don't know what's going on. But that's the thing that made me mad, Tara, is the fact that like maybe I didn't have to take Copaxone and could have jumped right to, at the time, the hardest, or I don't want to say the hardest, the most intense therapy out at the time of diagnosis for me would have been, I don't even know if Tysabri was out yet,
You
but
mean
it might have been,
Tisabri?
yeah, Tisabri, or as they say in the States, Tysabri. Um, so maybe I could have jumped right to there and not actually suffered brain damage, you know, while I was waiting for Copaxone, Avonex, Rebif to fail.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm on the same boat. I didn't know that. Remember, we talked about this, and
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, that's infuriating. That was like season 1, episode like 3. I was getting mad at that stuff when I had that revelation.
I never knew that, man. I was a yes guy. I went from Avonex, Rebiff, chemo.
Hmm. So thankfully, things have seemed to have shifted.
Mhm.
It's just one of those things. I mean, thank goodness we had even those choices. I mean, you and I have heard countless stories from people who had no choice. We heard
Yeah.
it on this show. We had guests who said all they said was, you have MS and good luck, basically.
Did we talk about how people used to be diagnosed back in the day?
We spent some time talking about that. The wildest one was the hot bath.
Yeah. Okay. We were. Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I
that's the
can't.
wildest one.
Okay.
They don't, thankfully, that was been a long time, but still,
Yeah. 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 But
what can
that's
you do, right?
funny. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the
PB,
fight coming up.
ultimately, the PBM, pharmacy business management, is trying to regulate the
Mhm.
industry, right? So it doesn't go out of whack. It's trying to regulate it for us too, the consumers, so the prices don't go out of whack, right? That's what it is.
Right.
It's the
That's what they're supposed to be. Yeah.
supposed to be. Yeah.
So sometimes it gets a little convoluted.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're at all interested in, if this concerns you at all, you should look into it. Um, Pharmacy business managers, or what were yours called? You said at the beginning there.
Pharmacy business management. That's what I said, right?
Oh, I thought you had an R in there
Oh,
somewhere.
oh, okay. You're talking about the PMB,
Yeah,
uh, Patented Medicine Prices Review Board.
there you go.
Yeah.
Look into it, see where your state stands on it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and honestly, if you don't like what you see, email them, let them know the MS Society is looking to reform that. I wish I could give you a specific bill or, piece of legislation, but there's a few out there. So we're just saying generally, we want people to be behind it. And thankfully, there are a lot of states that are getting on board finally. So hopefully it gets to the federal level. But unfortunately, I believe the federal politicians are going to be a little busy between now and, let's say, November.
Of course.
They're going to be a
Why?
little busy. I haven't
Yeah.
heard back yet from any of the people. And I would imagine that if I'm fortunate enough to hear back from those offices, that'll be a very quick Zoom meeting with a staffer, because obviously the elected official would be out politicking for whatever candidate they have to.
It's gotta benefit their agenda. That's my belief, of course.
Oh yeah, of course, dude. They
So,
don't
so maybe after November.
just keep trying.
Yeah.
Apparently it's
Thanks,
not
bro.
even.
Thanks, man. Thanks for doing that because
Oh, you're
I,
welcome.
you know, if MS Canada asked me to help them out, I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm just too tired.
It is tiring.
Yeah, man.
It is a lot of meetings. Um,
Are you okay? You keep looking to your left like someone's
I
about to.
thunderstorm coming in. That's all.
Okay.
All of a sudden the roof was like very loud, but it is very exciting, and I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm glad they asked,
Yeah. What a
because Lord knows
compliment.
I can talk, right? Hang on one sec.
Take your time. I'll just entertain everyone with my looks. Yeah, so I am grumpy, but when I say I'm grumpy, it just means don't get in my way. That's all it means. I'm not like, and when you say, did you take it out on Katrina, by the way? I mean, I don't, I hate that because if I say yes, people are going to think I threw something at her. But taking it out on Katrina to me could be like just my mood was off and not
And
pleasant,
that's
you
what I'm
know?
talking about. Just being, out of sorts, as they say,
I'm
angrier than normal, quicker to anger, Terry.
I'm very good right now at saying, just so you know, I'm tired. And as soon as I say that, she knows that's another way of saying I'm fucking mad.
And that's important. I think I think we need to do a better job of communicating and trusting our caregivers and our loved ones that are closest to us by being able to say, listen, first of all, I might be, I might not even, I think the most important thing is I might not know I'm being that way. Because sometimes I don't even know I am that way. I don't know I'm mad or short or, angry or frustrated. Like I just am.
So I had a talk with her about this. And isn't it funny? And I've noticed this about me, and it's so obvious that when I'm with other people who are not when I'm with people who I'm not comfortable around, where I'm not comfortable of being who I really am, I fake it and I'm
Mm,
happy and they see the happy Terry. But hey, when I get comfortable around Katrina, she sees the real Terry, and that's not fair. Why do I fake it for the public? But with her, I'm honest. Why can't I be honest with everybody? What if somebody's coming, hey, how you doing, Terry? Don't talk to me right now. I'm really grumpy or I'm tired. We don't do that, right? Because then we come across like an asshole, but we can do it to our loved ones because they'll understand and we are as comfortable as we can be around them. I'm doing this whole Trump thing.
well, I can tell you that I am for sure guilty of that. Um, I don't know. I don't know why we do it, Terry. I guess maybe it's like something that there's social expectations that we put on ourselves. People expect us to be not angry when we first encounter them. But wouldn't it be a much better where it's like, Terry, how you doing? He's like, I'm pissed. What? Whoa.
Yeah, but how many, like I say that 3 times in a row. The
Yeah.
fourth time, you're like, I'm not even going to talk to this guy.
Yeah.
It's the truth, man.
Still mad. Yeah. How you doing, Terry? Still mad.
How you doing? Grumpy. Like, yeah, man.
So angry.
I'm
Yeah.
so I'm so grateful that I have someone I can be absolutely comfortable around, you
Mhm.
know? And I'm comfortable around you too, bro. We've talked enough off camera where I know you understand. And you've told me before too, bro, I'm tired. I don't even let you explain. I say, stop, we'll talk later. You
So
know?
here's what I'm going through currently. All right. Let's 5 minutes, we each get our shot. So my eye hurts a lot. My arms, I don't even know what I did, but I don't even know if I had to do anything, but my arms are not, I don't have the strength to keep my arms up a lot right now. Um, my my legs are very painful on the back, like a torn, not I don't want to say torn, like my sciatica on both legs is really bad. So my legs are in pain. I got pins and needles on my feet, so generally all that's going to put me in a bad mood. How about you? What are you dealing with?
My legs, yeah, it feels like they're burning. Um, I have a few things, man. And it's funny because I was gonna say your stuff, you probably forget about some of the stuff. Like you live through it like it's normal. Like you have a sore finger, you forget that you have a sore finger until you're like, ow, oh yeah, it's sore. I have the same thing, man. My toes, I don't have the eye issues. That's obviously optic neuritis, the pain from optic neuritis. I'm so fortunate I never had that. My hug came back, but the hug
Yeah.
is no, 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 it's nothing. I'm lucky. I feel like something's here, but it doesn't squeeze. It doesn't restrict my air because I know a lot of people have that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know you have it. I
Yeah.
don't have it, but I
That's
do
okay.
have
You don't have to
the
apologize.
no, I know, man, but it's like I always tell people, don't worry, I don't live through pain, right? You probably have arthritis. I'm okay. I just have no legs. But the truth is, I do have pain in my legs and stuff. I just don't like to complain to people because what are they going to do about it? But that's my main issue, bro. My fatigue and my legs, my lower back,
Yeah.
my lower back spazzing.
I can only imagine, dude.
Mm. It's
Um, you know what they're gonna do, Sarah? and this is what our listeners are probably saying right now, and feel free to put it in the comments. They're gonna say you when we say I could complain, but what are they gonna do? They're gonna gain an understanding that when we're pissed, it's because we're dealing with all the things that we told them about. So that's what the listeners are gonna say.
If something pops up and you're like, oh yeah, I'm also going through this, please do that, because that happens to me a lot. Where I'm
Sure.
like, how come I didn't mention this? Because it's so normalized,
Yeah,
my
because it goes
everyday.
away. Sometimes things come and go.
Yeah. I had a
Some
headache today. I never get headaches. And it was excruciating. I'm not going to say migraine because I don't even know what a migraine feels like. A headache is a migraine. I don't care. And it was like here, and I'm like, is this an MS thing? Is this because I didn't drink enough water? Is this? It went
Yeah.
away. Oh well, I'm good now.
So I think you and I need to do, and everybody needs to do a better job of when people say, "Hey, how you doing?" I usually throw a as good as I can be. I could complain, but
Yeah.
why would I? Like the same thing you just said. I mean, I don't know if we have to necessarily run down the list of all the stuff that we're doing. It's just like I'm dealing with my MS today. It sucks. Some days it's better, some days it's not. My neighbor literally just said that to me before I came down here to record. He said, "Hey, Nick, how you?" Because I live on a dead end street with like 12 people or
Yeah.
12 houses. And he was like, "Oh, I saw you out there the other day. I'm thinking, oh, Nick's getting good, getting around pretty good these days. And then I see you yesterday and you're not." And I was like, "Well, that's how it goes, man." I said, "Some
What's
days I'm
going
great."
on?
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, I thought you were doing good." I was like, "I was
Yeah.
then, you know." And now
Yeah.
he wasn't, he was concerned. He wasn't like angry, mean or anything about it, but that just highlights it. People
No, no,
people
I hear
tend
you, bro. I'm extra. You cut out. You cut out. I started talking to while you cut out by mistake.
this storm sucks, dude.
It's okay. Nobody wants to hear you right now. They want to. I'm so sorry. My my buddy messaged me and yo, stop. My buddy messaged me and he said, "Hey, I just he in Canada, there's this new law when you drive, and if you go over a certain amount, I think 50, 60 kilometers, I think it's 50, it's called stunt driving. Your car gets impounded for 2 weeks and you lose your license for, I don't remember, for a month or something. And but the car gets impounded for 2 weeks, and then you have to go pay for whatever it costs to get the car out. And when he told me the story, I was sensitive. I didn't respond to him, and I took my phone and I said, "Be nice to fucking drive, right?" Like that's my sensitivity.
Yeah.
Like, why are you telling me this? The guy who's in a wheelchair who wants to drive but can't drive, and whoa, don't tell me the hand controls. I get it, bro. I'm just saying. And
Yeah.
it's not his fault. He's talking to me like a normal guy, but this is just my sensitivity. I'm like, yo, man, you know, it's like when someone gets sick and they're like, I'm really sick. I'm like, yeah, you're going to be cured soon. I'm not. Just sensitivity, just being bitter, right?
Yeah.
Everyone goes through that, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But that's why I have MSers as friends and family now. And when we talk, we understand each other. It's nice, man. I needed this like you cut out.
How long
It's
we
okay.
recording?
This episode is going to be called You Cut Out.
This episode is going to become called "Shoddy Internet Connection." Thanks, Comcast.
It's kind of like our nerves, right? Just
Yeah.
chop, chop,
Yeah,
chop.
that's perfect. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This is exactly how it goes.
Are you really
Sometimes
freezing or are you just
no, I'm really
cognitively?
freezing. That's the yeah, both actually. No, it's the storm, man. Every
Yeah,
time we do the show, it's like there's a thunderstorm.
I am the storm. Okay.
I just feel like I'm ready for a nap at all times there.
Man, sometimes we don't need to talk about anything. Sometimes we just talk about whatever day to day things happening. We don't have to have an actual topic like politicians and what's going on in the market today. Sometimes we can just talk and
Yeah.
complain. Let's complain. People complain. And
That's true.
here's another thing. When someone complains about the same issue I have, it relaxes me. So if this person is like, "Oh my God, there's no ramp for you. This is BS." I love, bro, how you try to stop your yawn.
I'm just so tired all the time, dude. I'm
Yo,
trying not to be rude.
I was yawning so much before we started recording,
Ooh,
and a friend of
I'm
mine's
just
like,
sleepy.
are you ready?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be ready as soon as we start recording."
You got me. You caught me. Nap time with Nick.
Dude, what was I saying?
Oh, you're talking about a ramp.
Oh yeah. So someone's like, "Thanks, bro." If someone's like, "There's no rep." Oh my God, this is silly. I'm giggling. I'm like, "Ha ha ha, feel my pain." But if no one said that and I was there looking at the ramp, I'd be the one that's like, so ignorant. Oh my God. So by us bitching, other people are like, "Yeah, yeah, bitch for me." Does that make sense?
Yeah,
And
it's very true.
if it doesn't, I don't care. Yeah.
Just middle of the summer slump there.
Yeah, man. It's bad.
It is. The heat this year is intense. Just feel like we're never getting any breaks from it.
You actually looking forward to the winter? Because this is like the first time ever I say that. And this,
Definitely fall.
well, yeah, yeah. I mean, fall.
Definitely fall.
Anything other than this, I just go right to the extreme winter.
See, there's
I,
that yawn again.
it's okay, man. Whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
man.
how we do. I hope we have an actual fall this year. I'd like to enjoy it.
I still didn't get my Via Rail. I keep saying Via Rail card. I don't think that's what it's called, but I still haven't gotten it, and I'm excited to get it and do
Where are
a
you gonna
trip.
go?
I might do a mini trip
Okay.
just to test it out to Toronto.
Okay.
No, it's just an hour and a half away, 2 hours
Now,
away.
so this is you're talking about the like a national rail system that you're gonna be riding on, right? Is
Yes.
it because we have Amtrak? Is it
No,
Amtrak up there too?
no.
No.
It's don't put me on the spot now.
Okay. All right.
It's Via Rail.
But it's like that, right?
It's like that. I think only in
Okay.
Canada. It goes to all
Gotcha.
the provinces except for one, or
I
I
got you.
think because it's the islands, it doesn't go to the islands. Anyway,
There's an Amtrak train that goes to Toronto.
really,
Yeah.
to you,
Yeah. Down in New York, I think. Have to look into it. Don't quote me on that, but I think there is one that crosses the border.
you need to look into that. I mean, I will look into that too. Is it AMP? You said AMP?
AMTR,
Oh,
Amtrak,
and oh, okay,
TRAK.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
don't know
look
why
into
my
that,
head
man. If
it's
there's
like
an
looking over
actual one,
here all day.
because I want to know if it's accessible. If there's a washroom in there that accessible, because I know a lot about the Via Rail and it's amazing, man.
I've done a deep dive watching on YouTube, and they do have very what they have very good accommodations for people in wheelchairs. Sleeper rooms that fit the chair with showers. Who
Dude,
which one of our friends rode the train down to New Orleans
I don't have any friends.
from the group, bro?
I don't remember, bro.
Put me on the spot. I want to say it was Jackie.
Okay, okay. Yes, she is a friend.
Yeah, she's definitely our friend, Terry.
Yes,
But
yes.
I think it was her. I think she took the train in the States all the way down.
Funny story about Jackie in the
Uh-oh.
support group that I facilitated, and this is and I'm sure she'll be okay with me saying this, and if not, she'll be okay. And we were all talking, and I was asking people, so does anyone ever get so upset that you just spontaneously act? You take your phone, you whip it, or your pencil, and you're so upset. And most of the people are like, no, no. Jackie's like, no. I'm like, really? You're so like composed. You've never lost it? She's like, no. And then I think it was 10 minutes into it. She's like, actually, I did once break a door off the hinges. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, the door just can't. I'm like, yo, I can't take a door off the hinges. I don't know how you did. So there must have been a Hulk Jackie somewhere.
Seriously.
That was funny. So I'll never let that story go.
But yeah, I think it was her. Yes, look into it, and maybe that'll be an alternative
Dude, I'm
mode of
serious.
transportation.
No, you have no idea, man. If I find out that's legit and it goes there, it's sooner you blah 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 blah.
You should grab Brian and come on down.
It'll happen sooner than later, trust me. And I got to go to Ottawa. I'm going to go to Ottawa. That's on my thing. But I want
Okay.
to do a mini trip maybe first just to check
Yeah.
it out.
And make sure to either record it yourself or have someone record it so we can put it up on the website.
For sure.
I'm gonna
For
go get
sure.
some dinner, brother.
Are you ditching me?
Yeah, I'm getting hungry. I need to
Okay.
go eat before I get hangry.
Cool, man. At least you're
So-
honest, bro.
Who do we got next week? Is next week Miss? No,
No, we have someone next week. Just
we do.
putting me on the spot just to get the name. Oh, I'm so interested. Anyway, we have someone next week.
You're killing me, dude. Take 3 minutes and look at it. I'll entertain people with my face now.
Yo, but it's not, we shouldn't be really telling people here who we have next week because what if he cancels? We don't want to
Then
put him
we'll-
on the spot either.
Then we'll just say he canceled.
Okay, we got Teddy. A guy named Teddy. That's all
Okay.
I'll tell you. Okay.
That's all he'll tell me. All right,
Musician. And
musician.
yeah, he's cool.
I can't wait.
Yes.
So we have Teddy next week. Thanks for slugging through another episode with me and Terry. This was a slugfest too. This one was kind of, I was tired, obviously.
I just did my mini research, remembering that Teddy has cerebral palsy
Okay.
and he's a musician.
All right. Then we will talk to Teddy next week and we'll hear from him and all about how he's using music in his life.
And not that it matters, but I believe he uses a chair. Not that it matters, right? It doesn't make you or break you or whatever.
No.
But
I want to talk about that too.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
all right, brother. I'll talk
Cool,
to you.
man. We will talk
Thanks,
soon, man.
everybody.
Peace. So check us out at 40belowzero.com. That's 4 letter T below 0.com. Or feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. Our email address is info@40belowzero.com. Our personal Instagram account are, for Nix, it's Nix_V713. Or for Terry, it's What's_MS. Awesome. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. We'll talk soon.